Hey guys, what's good? Derek here from Bomb Socks with another day of Bomb Bites, where we feast upon the words of Christ, one bite at a time. Today, I want to hit on chapter 29, which I like to call the dating game gone horribly wrong. Okay, it starts off kind of happy and then goes kind of really crazy. So I know you probably think you're dating, if you have been in the dating and courtship phases of life, you thought that was kind of weird. Well, check this one out. You go first of all to chapter 29, verses 2 through 6. This is the meeting, okay? This is where Jacob meets Rachel at the well. As we figured, the well is kind of like the old young single adult ward. That's where you'd go and meet people back in the day. So verse 2, it says, he looked up, beheld a well in the field. There were flocks of sheep lying by it. For out of that well they watered the flocks, and a great stone was upon the well's mouth. And Jacob meets Rachel, who is a near relative. That's what you did back then. Don't compare the way they did things back then to the way that we do. It's totally different culture. Verse 9, while he yet spake to them, Rachel came with her father's sheep, and she kept them. Came to pass that when Jacob saw Rachel, the daughter of Laban, his mother's brother, and the sheep of Laban, his mother's brother, that Jacob went near and rolled the stone from the well's mouth and watered the flock of Laban, his mother's brother. So he's a servant. And then verse 11, Jacob kissed Rachel and lifted up his voice and wept. That's an impressive first kiss right there. He kisses, he's like, woohoo, and then he cries. Great day. Now you go to verses 16 and 17. It says, Laban had two daughters. The name of the elder was Leah, and the name of the younger was Rachel. Leah was tender-eyed, but Rachel was beautiful and well-favored. So apparently Leah's greatest quality was her eyes, beautiful eyes. But Rachel, overall, beautiful, well-favored, everything. Now verses 18 and 19. Jacob loved Rachel and said, I will serve thee 7 years for Rachel, thy younger daughter. And Laban said, it is better that I give her to thee than I should give her to another man. Abide with me. It's a unique courtship there. 7 years. It's like, oh, it's better I give her to you than someone else. So we're good. Verse 20 might be the most romantic verse in all Scripture, arguably. Verse 20, Jacob served 7 years for Rachel, and they seemed unto him but a few days for the love that he had for her. Oh, that should go in a romance novel. That's beautiful, right? Well, here's where it goes horribly wrong. After that 7 years of courtship and working and service, verse 21, Jacob said unto Laban, give me my wife, for my days are fulfilled, that I may go in unto her. And Laban gathered together all the men of the place, made a feast. He got the wedding going on. Came to pass in the evening that he took Leah, his daughter, and brought her to him, and he went in unto her. And Laban gave his daughter Leah, Zilpah, his maid, for a handmaid. Verse 25, and it came to pass that in the morning, behold, it was Leah. Okay, so I don't know if there were a lot of physical similarities there. And he said to Laban, what is this that thou hast done unto me? Did I not serve thee for Rachel? Wherefore then thou hast beguiled me? And Laban said, oh, by the way, we got a new rule. It must not so be done in our country to give the younger before the firstborn. Fulfill her week, and we will give thee this also for the service which thou shalt serve with me yet another 7 years. And Jacob did so and fulfilled her week, and he gave him Rachel his daughter to wife also. Okay, so here's where it gets kind of crazy. And Laban gave to Rachel his daughter Bilhah, his handmaid, to be her maid. And he went in also unto Rachel, and he loved Rachel also more than Leah, and served with him yet another 7 years. So you got two wives and you got two handmaidens here. This is where this gets really crazy, because all of a sudden Jacob's like, okay, this is not quite what I planned. I loved Rachel and I ended up with Leah, the sister, and handmaidens. Rachel's handmaiden and Leah's handmaiden as well. So he basically now has 4 wives that he's taking care of. 2 wives and 2 handmaidens, which leads to what I refer to now as baby wars. Oh my goodness. Understanding that it was a status thing to be able to have children. And so if you could be able to give birth to children, this was a big thing for you. So we're going to go through all of the children here. So you've got Genesis 29:32. You got a son by the name of Reuben that is born to Leah. Reuben means, look, a son. That's pretty original. Genesis 29:33, you've got Simeon. Okay, Simeon is also born to Leah. Simeon means hearing. Genesis 29:34, you've got Levi, also born to Leah, joined or pledged. And then you've got Genesis 29:35, Judah is born also to Leah, which means praise. Then, all of a sudden, Rachel's like, wait a minute, hey, we got to get in on this as well. So you've got Dan that is born in Genesis 30, verse 6. That is Rachel's handmaid Bilhah. Dan means to judge or to vindicate. Genesis 30, verse 8, you got Naphtali as well, born to Rachel's handmaid Bilhah, which means wrestling. Then you've got Leah, who's like, all right, 3 can play at this game. This is crazy. So Leah's handmaiden Zilpah gives birth to Gad, which means good fortune or troop. Then you've got Asher, born in chapter 30, verse 13. Leah's handmaiden Zilpah there as well, which means my happiness and my blessings. And then Leah also gives birth to Issachar and Zebulun. Issachar means recompense or reward, and Zebulun means dwelling. And then you've got a daughter named Dinah. We don't talk about too much, but Dinah is also born to Leah as well. So if you are keeping score here, Leah is currently in the lead with Reuben, Simeon, Levi, Judah, Issachar, and Zebulun. You have got Bilhah, who has given birth to Dan and Naphtali. Then you got Zilpah, who has Gad and Asher. Well, as you see noticeably here, there is someone missing in this, and this is Rachel, and it talks about how Rachel was barren. And so I want to kind of leave us at that for a moment just to show you the storyline here, and that's going to lead us into next time where we talk a little bit more about how the Lord blesses Rachel. Thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing, and thanks for sharing these messages. We love that you do that. Check out our amazing gospel-themed socks at bombsocks.com, and you guys have a great day. Godspeed. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.